Murdoch University in Perth, Western Australia was chosen in 2022 to host the 6th World Renewable Energy Congress. There were 400 or so registrations. Half came in person and the other half were involved online. Gary Baverstock played a prominent role at the conference in Perth as a major sponsor and dinner speaker. He opened the dinner with a welcome to country in the Noongar language.
Kaya, Noongar, Gary, Buja, Wanju, Nunak Durbu Bilia, Ni Wajak Bujara. That was the Noongar welcome on behalf of the Aboriginal people for the Congress.
Just tell me, what is the rate of increase?
Really, I'm looking forward to Wednesday, to the session that I'll be officially, I suppose, escalating geopolitical tensions and increasingly severe climate change impacts.
Well, the President now is here. And of course,
The World Renewable Energy Conference really was a multi-nation event. Delegates had the opportunity to see the sights of Perth in all its glory. Scientists, engineers, bureaucrats, logicians, and academics all came from Portugal, Africa, Germany, the UK, all parts of Australia, New Zealand, Spain, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Poland, France, Norway, the USA, Japan, and China. Iran and Iraq were represented, as well as Singapore and Malaysia, where the next World Renewable Energy Conference will be held.
It is time for everyone to see the signs.
The Polish delegation of academics, researchers, and bureaucrats who were interested in the hydrogen series of presentations were blown away by our fantastic beaches, fresh air, and sunshine at Port Beach. And so began the World Renewable Energy Conference. The papers and presentations focused practical information for all to embrace the benefits of more efficient heating, cooling, and building appropriately for future generations. Gary Baverstock made the point that climate change will not be solvable without innovation in the built environment. It accounts for 40% of emissions worldwide. Included was a student architectural design competition, intended to stimulate innovative solutions by the next generation of architects and engineers. All aspects of renewable energy such as PV, wind, battery storage, hydrogen and building design, and low-carbon planning principles were a part of the comprehensive Congress program.
We've got some of the best wind and sun and land resources on the planet. So we can be a renewable energy superpower. We're not that yet. We've been a bit of a laggard state so far, but we're seeing some changes, and so it's pretty exciting. Some of the opportunities there around solar, around wind, and around green hydrogen, and talking a bit about some of those opportunities and how we speed up that transition.
Dr. Ali Saei and Dr. Martin Ander shared their ideas presenting the latest research, discussing renewable energy, science, technology, policy, and associated social issues of a wholesale switch to renewable energies. Distinguished Professor Peter Newman talked about how PV costs are set to come down to 1 cent per kilowatt hour as a prime source of electricity, and how it will eventually save humanity. He congratulated Martin Green on his role in creating this breakthrough, using his University of New South Wales research over many decades to create the scientific and engineering breakthroughs needed for the world. Professor Bill Hare from the International Panel on Climate Change discussed the need for urgent action, warning that the situation with runaway global warming is imminent and the predicament for the planet being a line ball situation for humanity. The team at Time Arrow Innovation Hub are focused on solutions that require commitment and investment.
I'm alive in a land I thought was mine.
Professor Martin Green talked about the era of insanely cheap energy. He showed in his presentation the incredible reduction in PV costs that have occurred from the 1980s through till the present day. He explained how the cost of solar will continue to drop faster than previously expected. He also talked about the future of flexible solar panels. He highlighted the importance of wind generation as part of renewable energy solutions. All are important in the goal of reaching net zero emissions by 2050. Key government officials and business representatives from Malaysia and China were there to motivate the changes, and we were well represented by local business leaders. Dr. Ali Saeed said, "We have got to change our way of living. If we don't, we are unlikely to survive. We have to think differently with the way we build our buildings and organize our transport. Energy efficiency and energy conservation needs to be on everyone's focus until climate change is solved."
Engineering. The future is going to be in renewable energy. What we heard today is that we're going to see a growth in renewable energy that we've never seen before. This next decade is a decade of transformation. It has to be if we're going to have a safe climate. And we need all the best, brightest and smartest people to help us do that. And we're going to need all these new jobs and it's going to be an extraordinary demand for that area. So I would say to people, get involved, we're going to need you because this is where the future's at.
Good morning everybody, members of the board. I'd just like to welcome you here to the signing of the Time Arrow Innovation Hub Limited Constitution. It's an important day. I'll hand over to the Chair to say a few words.
Thanks, James. Well, it is a momentous day after 50 years of being an innovator, and now we're setting up a non-profit which will be the mediator between government and industry and academia, which has always been a vacuum. And the recent focus from the ANU Vice-Chancellor, for instance, Schmidt, is identified that we need to do things in a different way. Set up this non-profit so that we put one piece in the jigsaw puzzle that actually makes innovation heading from R&D into some practical use, and at the same time encourage peer research that leads on to applied research. So it's a big day, so thanks for all coming, and looking forward to the next few years.
So we'll now sign the constitution. If the three directors could put their signatures in the appropriate space, and our witness, thank you also for coming. So let's start the process. Here we go.
Right.
Well, thank you to Larry Ifler too from Ifler Wade
Absolutely.
Legal Chambers for putting the document together. I'd now like to present each of the directors with their copy. So this
Great.
is your personal copy. One for me, one for the company records, and one for ASIC as well. And Champy, get one for you.
It's been a big journey for Carol and I. It's been going back to Innovate Australia days. Here's a toast to Time Arrow. So may we enjoy the arrow of time. Cheers.
The last document. So this one needs to be signed with the same pen.